Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're all good today. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to propagate my string of hearts. Basically, I've done the water propagation and cutting the nodes into pieces and doing the node propagation, a single strand of leaf propagation. So that's one and that's another one. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to combine them and pot them and show you how I do that, and hopefully it looks beautiful. So, oh, some of it dropped. I picked that up, but let me show you how they rooted as well. Which is very important. I've cut the nodes of each one, each leaf or two leaves, and I've put them together on here, and they have rooted. Some of them in here are 2 months old and some are 2 weeks old, because I've done them twice. Once I done to show on YouTube and once I just done myself. And here is the roots, guys. Just take some soil off of it so I could show you the roots nicely. That is the root there. Very long after a month. What I did was just put it in the container, cut them individually off the string, put them in the container, kept the lid closed, and with all the humidity and everything else, voila. Not only did I started off, say, with these 2 leaves, and what they did was they sprung out new leaves and stems, which was fantastic. So guys, come and pot with me. I dropped the string, let me pick that up. And guys, I brought you a lot closer. So here's the water propagation. Let me show you the water propagation ones. This has been about 2 weeks. It's like 1 inch, which is fine. I kind of know how to look after it. This is my mother plant that I cut them off from. And you know what, guys? It was so long and I cut them off, and even this started growing even more even after I've cut them all off. So if you don't see me, guys, or you just see half of me, it's because this is more important right now. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is these cute little pots. I just want to put one up in the cute pot, and what I'm going to do is repot my mother plant with more of the cuttings, whatever's left. So let's see how that goes. Now what I'm using, guys, is an arrowed mix that I make myself, and I have a video on how I make this as well. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit in like so, just like that. And what I'm gonna do is first put in the long ones, the water propagated one, and this is just to make a whole new plant out of it. So I'm just gonna stick that in there, and then these get tangled up, guys, so easily. So easily. As pretty as they are, as beautiful as these looks, they can get tangled up so easily. And the next one just there. When I put one in, the other one fell out, just like that. So like a 2-finger gap between them. Very fiddly. There you go, that one in there. Let me see, probably have about 4 hanging out. Do you know what, guys? When I go to show you guys, it's kind of just dropping out. So I'm just going to keep it there and do it. Try and show you as well. Actually, easier way. Just stick them in there. There. And there. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, I will stick them all in actually, which is fine. Keeping your fingers gap between them. And then let me just put soil on there, guys, so it'll be easier. And they will stay, they won't move about. There you go. So I'll put them in the places with about a finger's inch of gap between them. And even if it gets caught on something, guys, it's coming out. But dig a bit deeper. And then at the end, guys, I'll just quickly explain how I take care of my string of hearts. There's one. There's one. Two of them are a bit close together. And another one keeps falling out. Just push that in there. They're a bit heavy. This pot is very tiny, but I just want to make it look cute. And they don't really, if there's not a lot, you don't need to really put it in a big pot. It's only when it grows out do you need to change the pots. I'm just putting it in the nursery pot for now. I just keep mine in the nursery pot anyways. But there you go, guys. Some are longer than others, some aren't so long, and that's how it's looking. What I'm going to do is put the smaller cuttings on top, like so. And these are rooting like that. So the roots are well established on here. All I need to do is just stick them in the soil on top. So this is how you can make a full plant with its hair and the hair drooping on these, is just by doing cuttings of it, as well as soil propagating the cuttings, as well as water propagating the longer strings. That way you'll have a fuller plant. Any more? Just a little one there. And I'm not even sinking it in, I'm just slightly pushing it in, not too far. And there you go, guys. I just made my string of hearts little pot cutting. And I'll just keep this in bright indirect light. And I will water it occasionally, a bit more often than I normally do, just so it settles. When you do cuttings and stuff, it's better to, because one came out of water and one came out of really soggy soil, I want to maintain that so it keeps the humidity up on this and it thrives. So that's that one, guys. Now I still got a lot of the single cuttings left, and what I'm gonna do, some are single, they've grown, they have well grown, because look, I cut it here just with 2 leaves, and then this shoot came out. So look at that, guys, how well they've grown in a month in soil, just with the lid on, with the humidity and indirect sunlight. That's all I kept it in for a month, and they've grown fantastically. So again, guys, that's the little one that I just made now. Looking lovely and pretty. I'm just keeping a bit of pressure, applying pressure there, because I didn't sink it into the soil. So that's that. And now, guys, what I'm gonna do is, it doesn't seem to fit in there. I'll probably get another little one and just stick it in there. And now what I'm gonna do, guys, just move this out of the way carefully. And I am going to repot my main one, my mother plant, into a bigger pot with the rest of the cuttings. So this is like a 12-inch pot. I'll probably put it in a 16-inch pot and just transfer it like that. So put some soil at the bottom. What I'm going to do, guys, actually, I'm going to take all the cuttings out of this soil and just place them down. and use the soil that I already had my cuttings in, because this soil is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. These were growing in it and they were thriving in it, so I guess why not? And they just grew little babies left, right and center everywhere, guys. And then I'm just gonna put this in right at the bottom to give it some height. Hopefully this much soil is enough. If not, I think I'll need a bit more actually. There you go. That much soil on the bottom. Take this out. It's dried up, guys. I watered it I think yesterday. This dries up so quick. It's quite hot here in London, and what's happening is they're needing more watering. There you go. Just plonk it in there. That's great. I think this needed a bigger pot because look at the roots. You can see all the roots there. Even though they like staying snug, I know the string of hearts like staying snug, and this bigger pot isn't too big. I think it's just right. It's not too bad. I'm going to just fill up the sides with my arrowed mix and fill it up all the sides just like that. It's a well draining mix because they don't like staying in soggy soil, guys, so make sure it's a well draining mix. Just like that. I've just knotted it up even more. I actually try and untangle, keep this as untangled as possible, and it doesn't always work. Okay, this has got a bold patch there now, guys, so what I'm gonna do is just fill up this bold patch. Just push the rest of them in, and hopefully within a couple of weeks or so this will grow out. It was transferred into a bigger pot, so obviously it will have a bit more space, so that gives me a chance to fill it up. Look, just like one of the hearts has got such a large root, which I'm very happy with. It will sink in itself in the soil. I just need to place it on top carefully, and I think it will do the job itself. But that's it, guys. Some of the hearts have dropped out. When these hearts fall off, like they just did now, I just plonk them in the soil and they seem to grow fine. They grow back. And that's it, guys. I've repotted my old string of hearts in a bigger pot with more string of hearts, the nodes, the top cuttings, and I have a whole new baby string of hearts too. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, let me tell you quickly about how I care for it. So let me crouch over for you guys. There's no better way of knowing how to look after a plant unless you're actually looking after it. I know there's places out there that say water it once a week or water it twice, once in every 2 weeks, once a month, but it depends on what soil, what medium you've kept it in, what humidity level you've kept it in. Depending on that, it's quite warm now. It's like a 35-36 degrees in London. I keep it by indirect sunlight, and I find I need to water it once a week to keep it thriving, or it kind of shrivels up. So once a week, guys, I am watering it and it seems to be doing me great. So that's what's working for me right now. Indirect sunlight, once a week watering it, well draining soil. So I just take it by the sink, drench it in water, take it out, let all the water drain out, and then just pop it back onto my shelf. But I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thank you for coming. Take care. Love you all. Bye.